What you need to do is stop playing. You might have all these crusty, dusty musties tricked.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, it's the Red Carpet Reign featuring TBK, the Turnbuckle King. We are here at it again. We're talking about WWE NXT results, winners, live reaction, highlights of the recent episode of NXT for August 13th. So we're going to talk about the NXT. We're going to talk about the events. We had 3 championship matches, guys. 3. And we're definitely going to talk about the bonus round. We're going to talk about Mr. Ego, Ethan Page himself. We're going to talk about him as well. We are here live from Facebook and X as well. You guys get the likes as we come into the ring. Let's do that. Let's definitely get that going. But yeah, guys, it's gonna be an interesting episode. We're gonna see what happened. We're gonna go over NXT, and of course, we are gonna go over what went wrong with NXT before we get to the bonus round. Let's not forget about that too. We'll go over that and go over my final review of that. Let's keep that in mind as well. But let's see who came into the ring before we begin. Let's see who came into the ring. Figure 4 TV, salute to you, man. Appreciate all the support that you could bring to the channel, all your input and everything. Really, really appreciate that. But other than that, though, guys, let's get into it. Let's do that. And of course, before Billy Bishop, salute to you. Appreciate you coming out as well, man. Appreciate you coming out. And then we got Mr. Approach. We always got Mr. Approach. It's always good to have him in the building. No doubt about that. But we gonna talk about it, guys. We definitely gonna talk about it. Before we do, let's go over the match card, shall we? Let's go over that. And guys, get those likes while we come in. Let's go over that match card though. And this is the match card that was advertised. Now we know we got Oba Femi won the championship match versus Otis. We got Tag Team Championship match of NXT. Nathan, Frazer, Axiom defend their belts. Then we got a Heritage Cup match. Tony D versus Charlie Dempsey. And we have many other matches. So let's get into that. So, Tamika, salute. Where you been at? See you on this channel. Where my wrench at? You know you can't be begging like you can't be coming out at the gate saying where my wrench at. Okay. We'll work on that, Tamika. We'll work on that. Don't see much at the ring lately. Yeah, she must be off today because I don't see her that much on the channel. Or if you do come by, Tamika, you're probably hiding. You're probably hiding, but don't show yourself. That's cool though. That's cool. I got you. Well, I'll take care of the wrench though. You can't be coming out the gate doing that. I normally don't, but I know you've been here since day one. So Tamika, I got you. No doubt about it. I will take care of you on the back end. No doubt about it. But let's get into the whole show. You guys look at that match card, a couple more minutes, then we're gonna get going. All right, guys, we got the match card done, but this is our main episode we'll talk about. So let's get that going. Let's begin. Let's see what caused what. First part of the show, Wes Lee ruins Joe Hendry attempt to challenge Ethan Page. Now, the way this particular NXT kicked off, Joe Hendry came out to Ethan Page. He cut a promo. Ethan Page, of course, he actually made his own. You got the NXT on the microphone. He actually took that off and made his own. And then he talked about the whole, little pieces of NXT. He put all ego on there. Very crafty of Mr. Ethan Page, I might add. Anyway, he was talking about how he had the title, can nobody challenge him. Joe Hendry came out. And he said after everything he's done, he's ready to challenge for the NXT Championship. He's ready. Meanwhile, while that's going on, Ethan Page said, you're a flash in the pan. Your 14 minutes, your 15-minute fame is up. And Joe Hendry said, I'm not an overnight sensation. I've been doing this for 10 plus years. I've been grinding. So much salute to him on that. He's been in the game for a while. I've been hearing about him. Other than that, we saw that as well. And now we see that, he may get a challenge. He may get a challenge accepted, but next thing you know, Wes Lee came out and attacked him. So that was crazy. So Wes Lee is going to be pretty much has his sights also on the NXT Championship. That's the way that's looking. Wes Lee will be challenging for that title. Since that's going on, we're going to definitely see what the next move is going to be for Ethan Page. We'll see next move going to be for other guys that are challenging for this championship. We got to see what the whole deal is with that. But this was a good way to kick off the show because Ethan Page do need a new challenger. He needs that regardless. So we definitely got to see what the next challenge is going to be. But other than that, though, that was a good way to kick off the show. Now, like I said, we had 3 championship matches. We had 3 of them going on. Now, one of the first 3 that did come out for the night, we did have, however, that one good part of the show. Now, one thing that happened, we had the Heritage Cup coming up. And I know it's been, Tony D's been barely, if you notice, he's been barely retaining the championship. We know Tony D barely gets it in, but he seemed very good in this matchup. It seemed like he was very poised to retain this championship and looked very well to do it. And he had a very good challenger, and Charlie Dempsey, he's been trying to challenge him for weeks. It's been going on for weeks and weeks. It's been going on. We're trying to see, can he challenge him? Can he win? Can he defeat Tony D and win that championship? That's the whole basis of that picture. Now, with the whole thing of that, we see that that's the case going on. And since that is going on, it's safe to say that Charlie Dempsey looks very well, very good opportunity that he can beat him for that belt. But other than that, though, despite all of that, despite going back and forth, this was a very good match. Very good match for Charlie Dempsey. Very good match from Tony D. These guys definitely put in the work. They've had a very good challenge with each other. So I like with these two. These two work very well together. Had a very good matchup. Since they had a very good matchup, we were saying it ended up coming down to a new champion. And it came down to Charlie Dempsey. He ended up winning the Heritage Cup champion. Oops. Excuse me. I am off today. Excuse me. So he ended up winning the championship. Charlie Dempsey defeats him. And this was a good 5 rounds. Good 5 rounds of back and forth. Now, Charlie Dempsey had got the first fall. Tony had got the second fall. There was some draws in between, and I know Ren St. Clair played a major factor in this match. I know at one point she was pepping up. Charlie Dempsey kept slapping him and everything, and it came to the point where she was hitting him. I didn't like that part, but I understand what they was going with it. And when she did do that, it came down to, I don't know, it came down to her must be doing the right thing for him. Next thing we know, that it came wild where it came to the point where it was like, man, Charlie brought it out, and it was a little bit of cheating there, and it became him resulting. And Lorraine St. Clair, as Tony D was on the rope, she knocked him down. It came to the point where Lorraine St. Clair pretty much assisted Charlie Dempsey, and we got a brand new NXT Heritage Cup champion. His name's Charlie Dempsey, and he's the leader of the No Catch Quarter Club. And this is his second time with the cup. He won it once before. But congratulations to him. I guess they're really pushing the whole North Quarter Catch Club, and they're really pushing this whole NXT Heritage Cup thing. Because this cup I know was originally came from NXT UK. So I know I heard a little bit about it, but I didn't know much about it. But now I see they're really building up. And he beat Tony D'Angelo by 2 pinfalls to 1, as they had 5 matches. But these guys they really put it out, and it's definitely well deserved of all the hard work they have put in. So I gotta say, for this match, it was a real good match, and I give it one word to describe this match. It's called yeet.
Yeet.
Yeah, congratulations to Charlie Dempsey, becoming the brand new Heritage Cup champion. Like I said, he is believe this is this may be his second time holding this cup. And I think the last time he held the cup, he held it for about 77 days. And I know he lost that cup to Tony D'Angelo, and now he got it back. So they're really building up this whole Heritage Cup thing. But we're going to see how he's going to be as champion. We're going to see how that goes. We'll definitely see how that goes. And let's talk about other stuff that happened. That was the good part in that match. Well, very good match. You guys should check that match out. Now, we're going to talk about Wes Lee. Now, he got some business settled. Remember that heel turn he did last week? Now he's going to talk about how he explained what he did with the Rascals. He explained they're no more. Now, Zachary Wentz, the guy with the hat on and right next to Wes Lee on the right, he said that he had to carry him, take care of him. He said he got tired of holding him down, had to wake up in the morning, with the whole tag team run. Tired of got to take care of him. He said, I'm tired of being your caretaker. I'm tired of looking after you. I'm tired of reminding you stuff. And he said, I'm not doing it no more. And he said, that when they left NXT, the Rascals, MXK, whatever you want to call them, they went to TNA, became successful. He was on his lonesome in NXT, doing his own thing as a singles competitor, something many people thought he couldn't do and accomplish. And he became, as he said, the best NXT North American champion of all time. That's to be disputed, with Oba Femi's current run. But he does have the longest NXT championship run, North American championship run of all time. Meanwhile, he's saying, despite all that, he's wished well for them. But he's going to challenge Zachary Wentz to a match, and it's going to be an NXT No Mercy. So they're going to have a one-on-one match, meaning we will see Zachary Wentz again. So he explained what he did. And it seemed like, is he really a heel or is he like a twin? Because he said, I shocked myself when I turned on these guys last week. Is he trolling us? Is he trying to trick us? Or he really is heel? I don't know what it is, but I think you really in the heel mode, Wes. You ain't got me fooled. He may have us others fooled, but not me.
What you need to do is stop playing. You might have all these crusty, dusty musties tricked, but you ain't tricking us.
Yeah, you're not tricking us. You are going to be a full heel, and you knew exactly what you was doing. You knew exactly what you was doing the whole time. You're not getting off the hook that easy, Wes Lee. You know what you did. You know exactly what you did.
I didn't know that. You know what you did. I know what you're talking about. I fair and square. You know what you're a legend, Ray.
So they're gonna have a one-on-one match. Now, is it official? No, it's not official yet. But we're gonna see the next move gonna be for Wes Lee. And it may not be the last we see Wes Lee. But let's get on to the next match. Another good match I'm gonna mention now. We had the North American Championship, Oba Femi versus Otis of the Alpha Academy. They had a one-on-one match. As we saw on Raw, Oba Femi showed up on Raw and he did a stare down with Otis. Otis has a couple shades of words. And remember, Oba Femi needs a new challenger at that time, and now he got that. And I said it before on my Raw review, check that out, that Otis will be challenging Oba Femi for the NXT North American Championship, and that's in fact what he did. Now, Otis, he did his thing. He looked real sharp in this match. He actually has a good offense, good advantage over Oba Femi. So I like how these guys played it out. Very good match. One of my favorite matches of the night. It was fun, though. Two big guys going at it. And it showed that Oba Femi has range. He could work with any big man pretty much, whether it's on NXT on the main roster or a small guy. He really has range. And I know he's still developing because he's in NXT, but he still got some range. And it showed that this is pretty much, I would say NXT North American title is the most important championship in all of NXT, even more important than the NXT championship itself, especially held by Ethan Page. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I'm tired of being nice. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yeah, I think he's making that championship so prestigious right now. But, this was a good match. We know Otis was not going to win this title, but at least it was a good part. At least it was a good one. Now, I know one part is, I know Otis knocked out Femi. He took him out the ring. It was early in the match. That looked good. Also, like how Oba Femi knocked Otis out clean the ring. And it looked like he gave him a good hit. And like he was concerned at one point. Then I liked how Oba Femi he got involved with Tozawa. He attacked him, and that brought out fire in Otis. Very good match by these guys, I will say. Very good match by these guys. Both of these guys brought it. They both brought it. But it was not, Otis did what he could, but it just was not enough. So, yes, winner and still NXT North American Champion, Oba Femi. Ahoo! So he's still a champ, guys. He's still a champ. He retained it. But he really does need a new challenger and a legit challenger to beat him. The best challenger, I would say, to look close to beating him was Wes Lee. And that's Wes Lee was a pure babyface. And he's not anymore. He's a heel. And I don't know who has he had a great challenger since then of that nature. I'm not sure. But definitely something to check out. Yeah, to me, you see, I got you that rent, so take care on the rent side. So make sure I appreciate your support, though. But anyway, let's get to the next match on the card, and we're gonna go to, and then we'll go before we get to the main event. Actually, let's go over other matches that happened on the card. Let's go over it. Now, we had plenty of other matches. We had Eddy Thorpe versus Lexis King. They had a one-on-one match. Lexis King defeated Eddy Thorpe. We had Lola Vice versus Tatum Paxley. And Tatum Paxley lost to Lola Vice. Then we also had Izzy Dane versus Brynlee Reese. and Izzy Dane won that match. So these were other matches that was on the card. They're not advertised. But let's get to the main event, guys. The NXT Championship, Nathan Frazer and Axiom versus Chase U, the team of Andre Chase and Ridge Holland. I know last time it was Ridge Holland not being in the title picture. He just recently joined Chase U. It was Andre and Duke. But this was another good fun match. Another good solid match. I like from these guys. These guys brought it. Nathan Frazer, Axiom, despite the issues that they're having, despite the little hiccups. I know one point in the match, it seemed like Axiom was going to kick Nathan Frazer again, like he did last week, but Nathan caught his foot by accident. So I know it's going to cause some friction there. And they looked unstoppable for a good one. But Ridge Holland kept bringing it. Andre Chase kept bringing it. But I like how this match went down because it showed Chase U they was hyped before the match started, and it showed that Ridge Holland, we know that he was not. We know Wes Lee was. I mean, I'm sorry. We know that Ridge Holland, he ain't had much success since being on main roster. Yes, he was the one that botched, Big E's neck. So I know he's in Braun. Bruce wasn't doing enough for him, or P Dunn. So he finally found a spot here in NXT. I remember when he returned, he had a little interaction with Shawn Spears. But definitely these guys here put on a great match, great show. I liked how this went down. One of the best matches of the night. But I liked how, too, that it was a distraction. I like how Axiom was so concerned on Nathan Frazer, who was knocked out of the ring. Good teamwork by Andre Chase and Ridge Holland. And it came to Ridge Holland seeing that Nathan Frazer was out when he was on the top rope, got knocked down by Andre Chase. Then Ridge Holland, it was just him and Axiom one-on-one, and he got Axiom. He had to plan the move. And that's the we got ourselves a brand new tag team champions.
Axiom from inside out. Ridge Holland into the cover. And Chase U is back to the mountain.
So these guys have won. They're officially the new tag team champions. And yes, it was a good celebration for Chase U. So yes, we got brand new Chase U's back on top. Now I know previously they were the NXT Tag Team Champions. I know previously they had that title, but it was not Ridge Holland. It was Duke Hudson. And they also made a good tag team. They had a chemistry as well. But this will be the second time for Chase U as a whole. Second for Andre Chase as a champion. So it'll be his second time holding that belt. He's been a reign leader behind it. But this time, it's going to be Ridge Holland as a part of Chase U. I know Ridge Holland is his first time ever holding on to the NXT Championship. So this is going to be interesting. I know last time Chase U held on to the championships, it was only for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. 2 weeks they had on to the belt. It wasn't long at all. Very short. They now hold on to the belts that long. 2 weeks I gave them. Hopefully it's longer this time. So I think they had it for 2 weeks before losing to the family of Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks. And they won an NXT Halloween Havoc last year. Well, hopefully they get a better run this time. Hopefully they do. Wes Lee finally woke up. Yeah, he definitely did. M1S1. Yeah, he definitely woke up. But this is a very good match, though. I like how this went down. Now let's get into the review of NXT. Now my review for NXT, based on the matches and everything, I give it a 4 out of 5. Very good show. 4 out of 5. Much better NXT than the previous weeks. And tomorrow, guys, I compare the ratings, viewership of NXT and AEW Dynamite. So I will cover that tomorrow. After Dynamite's done, they have the results up. So that will be out. But Other than that, this was a 4 out of 5 very good show. We had 3 championship matches. We had 2 new champions in the NXT Tag Team Champions in the main event. Brand new Heritage Cup champion and Charlie Dempsey. Oba Femi, another astounding match, retaining his NXT North American title. And we had some other undercard matches. Very solid though. Very solid. Now, let's go over what went wrong with NXT before we get to the bonus round. Despite the show being good, I'm always going to look and see where's room for improvement. What went wrong in this match? What's going on? What's the deal here? What's something I noticed in this episode? Now, the first thing I saw what went wrong with NXT for this particular episode. What's Joe Hendry's deal? Oh, I clicked the wrong one, excuse me. What's Joe Hendry deal with NXT? He signed to TNA still, right? We've been seeing him almost every week for the past several weeks on NXT. We've been seeing that for several weeks now. What's going on with that? What is the deal with Joe Hendry? Is his contract I heard his contract supposed to be up in 2025. Is he going to leave TNA when that contract's up and come to WWE? What is the whole deal with Joe Hendry? He's popular. I see that. Does everybody believe in Joe Hendry? Do they believe he's going to make the jump? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. What's the whole deal with that? So we're going to see what's the whole case behind that. I'm not sure on that so much. Why is everybody so on Joe Hendry? We're going to definitely see what the case may be with that, because I'm interested to see what's the case with that. What's going on with Joe Hendry? If he is coming to NXT, that's good. I don't know. I don't see him on the main roster, but out of all the TNA people, he's been coming in the most. Is he going to win the NXT Championship? Who knows? Is he going to bring, or is he going to be on TNA one night and somebody from NXT challenge him? We don't know. But I know he's been making several appearances on NXT for several past weeks. So I just want to know, but it seems like he's a part of. I know I don't see a partnership lasting this long with one person. Is this a special deal he got going on? Because he might as well pretty much be with NXT star. We've seen him like literally 4 or 5 times. I got an issue with that, because if he's still TNA, why is he still on NXT so much? Why? And he's not part of the roster. That's my confusion with that. And with that being said, that got to go on the list.
What's going to happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
So I don't know what the next move is going to be with Joe Hendry. I'm not sure what's going to go down. I don't know what they're going to do with him. I really don't get it. Hopefully they get together of what's going to happen with his contract, because it could be up soon. It could not be. But I do know that he's been making a lot of appearances for NXT despite being on the TNA roster. More than Jordan Grace, more than any other TNA star. Is he win a title? If not, is he going to win some type of title? What is he doing? So I'm going to keep an eye out on that. That's my thing. I'm just confused with that. What are they going to do with him next? What is going on? All right. Next thing I saw wrong with NXT. Izzy Dane, you need to go back to NXT level up. This is where you belong. You do not need to be on NXT. I saw your match. You had your recent match against Briley Reese. Was not impressed. She had another match against, I think her last match against Tatum Paxley, which she lost. Was not impressed with that match. This match was not impressive either. Now, maybe she's with the wrong people. She needs the right opponent. I do not care for her in the ring. Now, I know her background. She had a soccer background. Currently dating Braun Breaker. I know that. And she got the Tiffany Stratton image. Look very similar to Tiffany Stratton. But she is not good in the ring. And I think she needs to go back to NXT level up. She needs to go back there. The woman next to her is Danny Palmer. She's on NXT level up. And then easily Danny needs to go back down there too. Don't like what she's doing. I'm not impressed at all. And since I'm not impressed, you need to go on the list for this one. Definitely go on the list.
You know what's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
Yeah, she definitely made the list for that. It just not impressive at all. Don't like what's going on with that. I think it'd be done much better. She needs some more work done. I know we're developmental, but every match is like way below average. It's very lackluster. But she's not the only one. Not just picking on her. Her matches is not that good. It's not that good, man. It's not that good at all. Got a super chat. Figure 4 TV for $4.99. He said, keep up the good work. Usual soundbite. I got you. Let's see. Thank you I appreciate that.
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
All right, Figure 4 TV for the $4.99. Greatly appreciate that. Greatly do appreciate all the support, man. But yeah, guys, this is Izzy Dangerous. She got to do something different. She needs more work being done. So, another thing I saw wrong with NXT. We're gonna talk about this right now. Kind of stating the obvious in this case. Another thing I saw with the whole thing. Will Chase U have the tag team belts for longer than they did previously? Now they only had the belts for 21 days. If they put these belts on them just to have it for another 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, then I could tell this is set up for a breakup. And it's a waste of time. But I see like they're going somewhere with this angle. That's where I think it's going. But I'm not sure about that. But I don't know. I just gotta feel something up with this run. And somebody may cost it. Who knows? But I will say this too. One person that should have been in this match was Duke Hudson. And I did not agree with that. It should have came down to, honestly, only Duke Hudson and Rich Holland. I was not a fan. Why does Andre Chase have to always be in the tag team championship match? Rich Holland is the new guy. I get why he's there. Andre Chase, you already held the championship and you're the leader of Chase U. You don't have to hold on to championship. It's a teachable moment. You already taught that already. I think Duke Hudson should have been a part of this. I don't think it should have been Andre Chase. Duke Hudson right there should have been a part of the tag team. It should not have been Andre Chase. I think that's set up for a breakup, and I got a feeling that they may not hold on to hold on to the belts long. Hopefully it's longer than 21 days this time around compared to last time. Maybe a couple months, but it seemed like something in the pot's not clean with Andre Chase. Remember in the storyline, he already was caught up with gambling on the school and almost got closed, and JC James saved it by selling those calendars. If you remember that storyline a few months back. I don't think that Andre Chase, I think he up to something and it's going to piss Duke Hudson off, and this is going to cause friction between them because he know it should have been him, and most definitely should not have been Andre Chase. I mean, if he got every right to feel that way in this case. I know we make fun of that, but it really should have been him.
And it should have been me.
Should have been him. He should have been part of this, not Andre Chase. He looks like a get over a con man. You talk about Andre Chase? He do. If you look, you saw this photo right here. You saw this particular photo. And then he wrestles with that sweater on. Andre Chase do like a con man if you think about it. Look at the way he doesn't even have wrestling attire. He wrestling in sweater and pants the whole time. No ring attire. But you're right though, Fig. I may have to give you yeet for that. That's the yeet for that. Or better yet, yeah, that's definitely a yeet for that one. Because you definitely was not lying. Yeet. Yeah, Andre Chase do like he up to no good. Tasha Henson, salute to you. He said hello from Kentucky. Thanks for coming out to the ring. I appreciate that. Kentucky. But yeah, I don't like Andre Chase. Like he's up to something. I'm not feeling this whole thing's going on with though. Andre Chase is getting over. Yeah, he's using those guys exactly, and I think it's gonna cause the implosion of Chase U, and then it's gonna break up. And I predict that something will go down, and it's gonna be a good storyline too. As we see in other storylines with Judgment Day, Bloodline, we're gonna see something on NXT. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I'm tired of being nice. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yeah, I see something going on between this whole stable here. Hopefully, like I said, they hold to the belts much longer because we don't have time for that. I do not have time for that at all. I know I don't. But yeah, something is definitely gonna it's going to happen with this whole thing. I can just feel something's up. So other than that, guys, we're gonna enter the bonus round. And this was all about NXT. Now my bonus round shortly will be about Ethan Page in the NXT Championship picture. So give me a couple minutes, guys. We're gonna get that prepared. Let's get the likes up. We will end things on Facebook. We'll continue on and X. We'll just continue here on we'll continue here on YouTube. So say our goodbyes over there. If you want to check out more of this, you got to come to Red Carpet Ring on YouTube. So let's continue on. And I'm going to start the bonus round. So give me a couple moments, get that going. And let's get the likes up. All right. We at the bonus round. We're gonna talk about booking wise. Who should be the next challenge for Ethan Page NXT Championship? We are talking about the NXT champion, Ethan Page, all ego. And he's currently still the NXT champion. But the problem is he needs new challenger, or should I say challengers. And I think there'll be many challenges for that want the NXT championship. And we're gonna look at scenarios here. Let's see. Who could be a challenge that could challenge him, and how would you book the next NXT Championship match? Who will be the next challenger? We go down the list, and I'll go about one by one. One, Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry looks like a good candidate because he's popular. The NXT universe loves him. I know that He did defeat Gallus. I know that has a quest to become an NXT champion, and it'll be good because he'll make history. He'll be a popular superstar and be the first TNA contract superstar to take a NXT branded belt or any WWE belt and bring it on to the TNA brand or be a part of TNA brand. So if he wins that title, he would definitely make history, and that can help him out. Let's go to a next challenger, Wes Lee. Wes Lee, we know he currently just turned heel. We know that he just turned on the Rascals, his boys MSK. I know he's been NXT North American champion. He's been a tag team champion. He's done everything he pretty much needs to do for the NXT brand except win the NXT championship. That would be a big win for Wes Lee if he comes out and win that championship. I think that'd be a good move for him. And he's currently in his brand new heel persona as he just became heel after turning on them guys of the Rascals. So I think that would be a good plus if he does come out with the NXT championship. So I think that'd be something solid for Wes Lee. And it definitely, and I see him as actually one of the top individuals that could be a front runner to win the championship because he has every stake, every claim, and every reason to go after that title. You know, you can't tell me anything different of why he should not go out for that title. I don't see why he shouldn't go out for the title. He has a very good claim to it. Wes Lee puts in the work. He showed it time and time again. Great NXT North American champion as he cut in that promo. The best NXT North American champion of all time. And putting this belt on him will look mighty, mighty good. Mighty, mighty good. It'll be mighty, mighty good if you put this belt on him. I can very well see that belt being on Wes Lee, him being champion. I can see this belt being on him. That's what's all about at the end of the day, the NXT championship. And I can see him being a part of that title. I can definitely see it. Definitely. So let's see who the next challenger could be. Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne is another guy. Now, I know that he's won the NXT UK Championship, but I know it's merged with the NXT Championship. I understand that. But he is not won the actual NXT Championship. He now has won a championship. Now, I know Pete Dunne's a little bit different. He's been switching back and forth. He's actually on the Raw brand, the number one flagship show. So I know he has a feud with Sheamus over there. And now I know he has beef with, which is unusual. He's beef with two people on two of her shows. He's beef with Sheamus on Raw. Then on NXT he comes back. He's beef with Trick Williams telling him to figure it out. I get that. But since he is on NXT a little bit more now, and he explained his reasoning for why he turned heel, he has beef with Sheamus for his reason, meaning he's beef on the whole Braun and Bruce thing, how that it blew up. Then, of course, Trick Williams, because Trick Williams whines and he's not figured it out. I get that too. But the fact still remains, Pete Dunne has never held the actual NXT championship, only the UK title. The title is merged with the NXT title, but we never seen this belt on Pete Dunne. So he could very well say, hey, he said he beat Trick Williams at Great American Bash Week 2. He said he's done that already. He think he should move on and challenge for the NXT championship. And he actually said that last night in NXT. That could be a very good claim for Pete Dunne. He has a good claim of winning it. Now, if he does win it, that would be a big boost for him because he's never won that title. And despite him being on NXT, for as long as he did, he never won the belt. So that could help him out a lot. Very good, tremendous deal for him. So he will be the third guy that could be a challenger. Now I'm going with one more challenger, and it's kind of pretty obvious. The previous champion, Trick Williams. He held to the belt before Ethan Page. Now, like I said before, and I said this before, Trick Williams was not pinned when he lost the championship. He lost in a four-way match at Heatwave. However, he was not pinned. It was Javon Evans. Actually, he was trying to stop the pin, make sure Ethan Page did not get the pinfall and win the title. But Shawn Spears interfered, and stopped and grabbed Trick Williams and preventing him from stopping the count. Since he was not pinned, he has a very good claim saying, "Hey, I still didn't get my proper rematch for this title." He didn't get the one-on-one yet. He never got it because immediately after he lost the belt, he started the feud with. He had a little small match with Cedric Alexander. Then, of course, his feud now with Pete Dunne. And Pete Dunne has already defeated Trick Williams at Great American Bash Week 2. But Trick Williams did state he cut a vignette last night. He said, "I am not done with Pete Dunne. I'm going to have another match with him. I'm going to challenge him again. And they're going to settle that." But he's still going to have a reason to claim he should be NXT champion. And he's going to challenge for the NXT championship. Let's keep that in mind with Trick Williams. Definitely. Let's keep that in mind. Hoto King, welcome back. I remember you said, "I think Wes versus Joe versus P versus All Ego for the championship. Page wins rematch against Joe Hendry, and Wes makes Hendry lose. New rivalry between them two, and Trick versus Page. Trick is new champion." Yeah, I see you came back. Welcome back to the ring. But yeah, let's go over book scenarios. Now, these are 4 guys I named off that are potential challenges for the NXT Championship for Ethan Page's NXT Championship. So now we got all that out the way. How would this be booked? How would this be booked? Let's see how this would go. I'm thinking, man, the way I would book this if it was me, the Turnbuckle King. The way I would do it now, I would say we can have ourselves a 5-way match. And what you do is you put all those guys together, and you can do it where they are built in a match. Now, however, what kind of match it is, that remains to be seen. But the way I would start off is you know it's going to come down to Trick Williams and Ethan at the end of the day. We understand that. But the way I would do it is have a 5-way match, and you could do it at either PLE. One scenario, option 1, I would say do it at NXT No Mercy. What you can do, you can have Joe Hendry, you can have Wes Lee, you can have Pete Dunne and Trick Williams challenging Ethan Page for that championship. Now, what you can do is, in this scenario, I would say you can have 1 or 2 winners. 1 or 2 winners. That makes sense storyline. It could be Trick Williams or Wes Lee that wins at NXT No Mercy. If that don't work, worst case scenario, if neither one of those 2 win the 5-way match, then you can have Ethan Page retaining. And then that sets up another storyline for NXT Halloween Havoc. You can set that up too. That could be a scenario. But or like I said before, I don't think it will come down to a 5-way match in NXT No Mercy, because Wes Lee got business to handle with Zachary Wentz. You got Pete Dunne and Trick Williams. I would say, like I said, it's a scenario. I'm just throwing it out there. A 5-way match could be one scenario of how they would do it. But if you want to, the way I see it could possibly go down. One way it could possibly go down. I say one way you can do this. If you can't have a 5-way match for this matchup, if it can't come down to that, what you can do, which I believe that they might go, it's the angle that they might go. I could be wrong. Then again, I could be right as well. I'm just throwing it out there for one scenario. Now, one scenario I can do, I could say, since it won't be a 5-way match for the title, since that won't happen at NXT No Mercy, what you can do until then, you can have go down like this, and Ethan Page could probably still retain, but it could be a one-on-one match. And let's say it's Ethan Page, and it could be Ethan Page, honestly, versus Joe Hendry. This could be one matchup. I think that could be NXT No Mercy. It could come down to these 2. It could be just a one-on-one matchup. I don't think it's Wes Lee involved. I know it's not Wes Lee. He has a match with Zachary Wentz. It's not Trick and Pete. They have a few going on. So since I named 4 men, that takes 3 men out of the equation. And it comes down to one person. And who's the most popular guy in NXT right now? I believe it's Joe Hendry, right? That'll be a good scenario. So you can have these two at No Mercy. It could be a No Mercy matchup between these two. And I don't see why it wouldn't go that way. It could be a very good matchup with these guys. I don't see why not. And they could have, like I said, they could do their thing. Ethan can cheat. Either could do what he got to do. But I will say, by analytics, by the way the story's going, by storyline and everything, I think that's where they're going to be headed off. And next thing you know, we've seen that's where they're going. We saw it last week. Remember, Joe Hendry was interrupted by Wes Lee. That's what Joe wants. And I think next week or NXT or the week prior, whoever they may choose, it's going to be coming down to that. And we will get this match of these two. It will happen at NXT No Mercy, and it becomes official. We got Joe Hendry challenging Ethan Page, all ego, for the NXT Championship. That's one scenario I could see happening with these two. It would not surprise me if it comes down to Ethan Page and Joe Hendry, if not a 5-way match. Now, like I said, just because Joe Hendry's popular, remember, he's still contracted TNA to early 2025. Does not necessarily mean he's going to walk out with the NXT Championship. I could still see, I know it's not a popular decision. I can see Ethan Page retaining. He's going to find a way to sneak out and get the win over Joe Hendry. Some way I see that happening. All right, salute to you. Joe Hendry's the future. Rampage AATP. Yeah, he's very popular, man. He is. But yeah, he could be the one to challenge, but I don't see him winning. Now, just because he don't win, he get a title shot. Now, the 5-way match may not happen at No Mercy, but we have another scenario. Let's say this time it happens at Halloween Havoc. We could get this at the Halloween Havoc, which is the next PLE for NXT after NXT No Mercy. And NXT Halloween Havoc is normally in October, and NXT No Mercy is in September. So this could be a good scenario. Let's say we do get Ethan Page defending the NXT Championship. Joe Hendry gets another opportunity, but not one-on-one. Joe Hendry is a part of the 5-way. Wes Lee, he'll be done with the Zachary Wentz feud. Then you got Trick and Pete Dunne. More likely, Trick is going to get a win over Pete, and they probably will in that feud. But somehow, both of these two get inserted into the NXT Championship matchup, and it will come down to Ethan Page challenging all 4 of these guys at the same time. That's what we'll come down to. Now, it could be a steel cage match. It could be Extreme Rules. It could be anything. It won't be just a regular standard 5-way match. I don't see that going down. Now, we can say that maybe it don't go down this way, or maybe it does. We don't know the scenario, but this could be a good way to get this going. I would not be surprised if that's the whole of the whole way how this go down. Now, I think, like I said, Joe Hendry, I don't see him walking out with the title. I don't. However, Ethan Page needs someone that could potentially want to beat him. That's the way I'm seeing it going down. Now, the thing about it is, it's going to, and I said this before, and I'll say it again, it's going to come down to certain individuals that's going to get close to winning this title. It's going to be 2 certain individuals. And I think what it'll come down to, if we do not get that, it's either going to be it's going to be 2 men in particular that I have in mind. I stated this earlier that may have a very good claim of beating Ethan Page and defeated him for this NXT Championship. It could very well be, and I'm thinking the way that it may go down. It's going to come down to two certain things, and this could be another scenario. It could be another good scenario. I believe that the way it will go down, it could be not a 5-way match. It's either going to be one of the two situations that may happen. We're going to get ourselves, if not a 5-way match, it could be a triple threat. And I'm telling you, one of these two guys is going to win the title. I don't know who necessarily, and we may not even know what the event may be. We don't know. But I will say this, that Ethan Page, I see his windows closing as NXT champion. And I'll tell you what the whole situation may be. Thing about it is, it's gonna get to the point where people are gonna get closer to the title. And it's gonna be at one or two events. If there's no 5-way at No Mercy or Halloween Havoc, it's gonna come down to two guys challenging him. It could be a 1-on-1 or a triple threat match. Now, there's a couple scenarios we can go here. Very good scenarios we can ride with. That will make logical sense here. Very logical sense. So I'll go over the scenarios right now of how and possibly when this title could change. It could come down to if two people, like I said before, it could come down to Trick and Halloween Havoc versus Ethan Page. Maybe Trick does win back the NXT title from Ethan Page on 1-on-1. Maybe. That could be one scenario. It could be, then again, it could not be. Because maybe he does get another run with the belt. But that don't mean it's going to go down that way. I think Trick Williams needs a character change. Or it could be Wes Lee. Maybe Wes Lee does finally get the 1-on-1 match. Maybe he thinks he should be well deserving of the NXT Championship and maybe win. Maybe. Or, like I said before, this is what I mean by a triple threat matchup. He challenges both Trick and Wes Lee, and it could be Halloween Havoc or NXT, a regular episode NXT. And it's going to come down to one or two people. I would say if it came down to it, it's not even so much one person. Trick Williams and Wes Lee will win this triple threat match and become the brand new NXT champion. One of these guys are going to win, and I can see one of these guys potentially beating Ethan Page for his title. That could be a very good scenario. I don't see why it wouldn't be the case. They both can stake a claim of why they could win the championship. So it's a lot of scenarios they could run with this. It could be a triple threat. It could be a 1-on-1 with Trick, 1-on-1 with Wes at some point at Halloween Havoc, or go back to NXT No Mercy, 1-on-1 with Joe Hendry. Or it could be a 5-way match here, or it could be a 5-way match there. But I do know one thing, Ethan Page as NXT champion, he has a big target on his back. And it's his time up as champion. That's the question. Will he lose the NXT championship soon? And I believe he will. You guys let me know in the live chat playback, will he lose his title soon? Because I think his time is almost up. You know, he had his little quick go. He held to the belt now for, I know it's been 34 days, a little over a month, but there's nothing he's done significant in his title reign so far. Maybe they let him hold it on, like I said, maybe a couple more months, but at some point, I'm not too fond of his championship run. I like his theme song. His character, I guess, is somewhat okay, but enough's enough. Enough's enough. It's time to get his belt to somebody else. I don't think he's holding on that much longer. And I think if Ethan Page, as long as he hold on to his title, he's going to be on the list.
What's going to happen? No. Words? You just made the list.
So Ethan Page at some point is going to lose that title. Like I said, it could be at NXT No Mercy. It could be a regular episode of NXT or NXT Halloween Havoc. But it will be, I would say, before the end of October, he will not be holding that championship much longer. Because like I said, he ain't the best NXT champion. Trick Williams is even better NXT champion than him. But I know he held on for a little over a month. They're going to give him a chance. But other than that, though, that's all I have regarding Ethan Page's championship run. How would you book the next NXT championship match? You guys let me know in the live chat and comment section below. How would you book this? Should Ethan Page lose the belt soon, or should he hold on to much longer? Should it be a 4-way match, a 5-way match, triple threat, one-on-one? And who should be the person to finally defeat this man of this NXT championship? Thank you guys. Muchly appreciate for coming out. Soon to be able to pop up for Red Carpet Ring of wrestling content. Please click those links below. Check that out. You guys already know what it is. It is OUNT. Appreciate it.
Something happened this weekend, and I've been struggling with it since I retired. But this weekend gave me closure.
Wow.
It really did. Like, it was fun. Obviously, it was fun. I mean, you can't, doing this for as long as I have and being involved.